Okay, hey, so I wanted to do a pick a card or pick a group reading just to tap into the energy of the Jupiter cazimi, which is the Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth and blessings, being conjunct the sun, which is or the main light in our sky. So, what blessings are being highlighted to us, or what path or we're being kind of led to or directed to that are going to show up for us. So I just want to kind of try and work with that energy and see what comes up, kind of what path is the path of least resistance, or that will bring the most um blessings into our lives. So this happens like once every 12 years in a particular sign, and it's in Aries at the moment, so the first sign of the zodiac. So it's all about kind of like the self and being ignited and on our path and showing ourselves as who we are and showing up for ourselves and how we move through that. So we've got three groups and you've got three crystals. So you can barely see the crystals, to be honest, but group one, this is citrine. So if you're drawn to the citrine, choose group one. Group two, this is fluorite. If you can see it there, fluorite. So if you're drawn to the fluorite or the second position, it's group two. And here we have a tumbled amethyst. So if you're drawn to the amethyst or the third position of the cards, that's group three. So if you take a deep breath and center yourself, close your eyes, and when you open them, it's the first pile that you're drawn to. There'll also be timestamps, so you can skip to those, or if you like the numbers in those, that's another kind of good way to do it. But generally, kind of like in our gut is where we kind of be drawn to a particular group. So if you're drawn to more than one, then I would look at both of those. So I'm going to pause the video now and I'll get group one ready and you can check out the timestamps below. So group one, you chose the citrine. Now citrine is a really lucky crystal. It kind of magnetizes what we desire into us. It would also be a crystal that's associated both with Aries and with Jupiter. So there could be something around kind of like wealth. Oh, yes. And desires and kind of just magnetizing physical things to us or good luck to us or optimism to us, which is all what Jupiter is about. Anyway, so Jupiter is all about optimism, good luck, blessings, expansion, growth, all the nice stuff, basically. So, yes, there's a lot of abundance here. Citrine is a crystal of abundance. So there could be, so we'll start over here. So it's your first house. Your first house is all to do with the self, your personality, how you put yourself across to others. It can sometimes be known as like our persona or the mask that we wear. You can see the two masks here. It's also about the body and physically how we look to others. So it could be something to do with your body, your looks, what you wear, this kind of thing. It's the first impression we kind of give to others. And it can be about us doing things for ourselves, like as on our own, as opposed to, let's say, the more kind of impersonal side of the astrology chart. This is the first house. This is you. This is who you are. This is the start of something. This is the beginning. So there's something about the self and maybe how you look or your body here, or how you put yourself out in the world in relation to, I think, kind of physical wealth, because or material things, or maybe just kind of like even compliments or something like that, because you've got two pentacle cards here, which is all about the physical reality that we live in. So it can be things like your money, your job, your property, your possessions, your values, this kind of thing. So something tangible, something that's real, that you can see, it's not imagined. And you also have inspiration, which is wands, and wands here as well. So there's something kind of passionate. The wands are all about like following your passions and your desires, something that ignites you from within. And you've got abundance down here. So abundance, now this could be an abundance of anything. It could be abundance of like finances, but it could also be an abundance of like love, time, energy, friends, anything like that. But since this is quite reality, physical reality based and passion kind of based, I'm going to say it's about, and you've got the citrine here. I'm going to say it's about magnetizing something into you in the physical realm in a way that you want to be getting that, or something that makes you comfortable, something that makes your life physically more comfortable. You've got Mars here, so Mars in the first house. So Mars is all about kind of taking action, moving forward. It's energizing. It's about the self, it's I. It's also the warrior planet, so it can be kind of a bit conflictual, in the sense that it's kind of more about the self, which you have the first house here as well. It's not really taking into consideration others. It's not like Venus where it's considering the other person and how they feel and how their actions will make the other feel. Mars is just doing what they want when they want, despite what anyone else thinks, says, or how they'll feel. So there's something about the message here of you taking action and being yourself and doing what you want and not really considering anyone else and doing it in like kind of like, okay, that's it. I'm doing it. I'm going. I don't care. This is for me. I'm kind of jazzed up about this. I want to go and do this. I want to, I don't know, it could be anything when it's kind of your first house, something to do with like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do this diet. I'm going to cut my hair. I'm going to dress like this. I'm going to look like that. I'm going to present as this type of kind of energized, active person. It can be really about getting active, and you have got motion here and abundance. I'm going to project myself as an abundant person. I'm going to be an abundant person. I'm going to go forward with how I will get my abundance. How is that despite what anyone else says? Although then you do then you do have the Six of Materials here. So the Six of Materials is kind of all about give and take and sharing, and I help you, you help me. It's about favors as well, or can be about favors, or it's about thinking about when, let's say, maybe you've been in a worse off position, someone's helped you, and now you have the opportunity to do that. So I think I don't know, as you move forward into discovering who you really are, or behaving or projecting yourself as how you want to be viewed, I think there's going to be a bit of give and take in that. I think, you're going to have people who are okay with that and people who aren't. So you're all going into action here about who you are, and who you want to be on this path. But there's something here that's kind of saying you have people around you who are celebrating you, who are happy for you to do this, who are delighted that you do this. But then there's others that are going to kind of require you to kind of maybe reel it back in slightly. But it doesn't seem like you mind that so much. Or is it that this time of give and take and considering others and is kind of over for you now, and you're stepping into the Queen of Materials? I think you do need to remember where you came from and who helped you out. And I think you're grateful for that and understand that, and are like somewhat abundant because of that. If we're talking about it being Jupiter and where our blessings lie on this path, this seems really, really positive insofar as you can look back positively as to how you got where you are today, or where you see yourself going. You're on that trajectory of where you're going now, or what path you've decided to take. It looks like you've accomplished somewhat with the help of others and then risen yourself to a position of power within a company or a job, or created your own business. You've created your own wealth somewhere along the line, and you're comfortable. Like, success is all about kind of harmony. And the Queen of Materials, like, she's one of the experts in her field. She knows a lot. She's been through a lot. She's traveled a lot. She's traveled a lot on her path, say, of kind of accumulating wealth, planning for different things. And she has a level of expertise to do with her work, or with making money, or property, or possessions, or values, whatever that is. I think then you're going, you've gotten where you've got to in the Queen of Materials, the Queen of Pentacles, because of those who've shared with you, because of those who've helped you out, and you were also in a position to help those people out, or to help others out. I think you're taking off in another kind of direction now that's actually more inspired. It's more of this kind of fiery energy. There's something that's kind of sparked your interest. Maybe you're in a position now that you can go and kind of do more what you're passionate about, as opposed to doing more what you kind of have to make a living. I think some people are not going to like that, because you seem to be here having to defend yourself and defend what you're doing and defend who you are. And that's why kind of where the Mars in the first house kind of comes into it as well. It's like, okay, I'm here. That's it. I'm doing this. I'm running off. I'm invigorated. I'm inspired. I want to take this path, and that's where I'm going to. There's fireworks behind me. I'm just so activated and motivated by this. I want to go and do this, but it's not going to please everyone, it seems, because you've got the Seven of Inspiration, which is the Seven of Wands. Which means you have to stand up for yourself and defend yourself. There is some negativity around you with the Seven of Wands. But you have to remember not to let your star die down. You have to, it's not easy. This is requiring all her strength to hold that up, to kind of stand up for what you believe in. Because it could be your beliefs as well, if we're talking about wands. What you believe in and who you are, to show who you are and what you're about. Yeah, there is going to be some level of kind of like stress or strength required to do that. But you have the wisdom to do that. Like, you've been the Queen of Materials, or you are the Queen of Materials. And now you're kind of going off into this kind of subsection, I think, of what you're inspired by, or what you're more motivated by. It could be something kind of like artistic too, or it could be something to do with like the body, like kind of, oh, I want to, run a marathon, or I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll see what the Knight of Inspiration is. The Knight of Inspiration can also be a message coming in where you get really like impassioned or emboldened by something that you hear from someone. So the Moon, so something within your subconscious is calling you to take action. And I think you already know of this, or know what this is. And then you have the Two of Wands, which is a kind of like a decision to make, a fork in the road. Which way do you go? Do I take this road or that road? Both are going to give you results, but one will give you better results than the other. And then you have the Five of Cups, which is kind of like focusing on things that didn't work out. There's a level of disappointment, and there's a level of kind of like being stuck a little in the past. I wonder if whatever message you hear, whatever information you get, or whatever is just coming up from, it could be a message from your subconscious, whatever message is coming to you, or whichever path you're being kind of urged from within to go on. When you choose it, I wonder, is there a fear that it won't work out? Is that what that is, the Five of Cups? Is there a fear that it won't work out, and then you'll have to defend yourself? Or is it that it doesn't work out and you still have to defend it? But I still feel this is really, really positive. Like, feel the abundance in your life, abundance in health, friendship, love, finances, safety, and happiness. And you've got more flowers here. There could be a trip that you want to take. I want to see what the Seven of Inspiration is about. The Seven of Inspiration. Ooh. Yeah, it's like defending your want for happiness or stability, like defending harmony, defending what you need for yourself to feel comfortable in your own world. Yeah, so there's, because I see, even though it's the Four of Wands, and Four of Wands is Venus in Aries actually. So it's like, what do I value about myself? What do I value about putting who I am out into the world? There's something about you taking a slightly different path somewhere, and maybe it not working out, or you fearing it won't work out, but it's going to make you happy somehow, because we have the Ten of Cups under here, and that's like happiness, contentment, like security, and it's like a goal that you want to achieve. And it's like you have to defend this goal because maybe it wasn't obvious to others or something. There's still a little piece missing. So I'm going to try and see what we have with the Angel card. But there's something around an idea or a message or some information. I think you have a hunch about something. I think you have a hunch about something, and you're in two minds about whether to go for it, and there is a risk of it not working out, and you may have to defend that. But you've got the Angel of Manifestation. Your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. Like, you're abundant right now. This is abundance. This is a level of abundance, a level of contentment, happiness. And you have the Ten of Cups under here. There's an awful lot, you've an awful lot going for you in this. Let's just see what else. Yeah, I think there's an idea that you're going forward with and you're not sure it's going to work out, but you're like, this is being very, there's a risk that it won't work out, and you may have to defend this idea to others because it may affect them, but you're going to go ahead because you have Mars in the first house. You're going ahead because you're activated by it, you're impassioned by it, you're energized by it, and you're just going through it, and you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else. You're doing it for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, this idea that's going to grow. It has to start from its infancy, but you're putting a plan in place for it to go, but you are really impassioned by it. So like, this is kind of like, if we're talking about this Jupiter, Sun conjunction, this Jupiter cazimi in Aries, this is really positive for you going forward if there's an idea that you've been thinking about, and that this is going to bring manifestation, abundance, and blessings into your life. But it has to be something that you've got a hunch about, or it's within you. It's like something. It's something for me within. It's something that you feel in your body about what you want or who you are that you need to go forward with. But it's going to be really, it's really good for you. But there are a few little nicks along the way, just with the Seven of Wands. Oh, yeah, a new start is coming. So that's the new moon. A new start is coming. This is all about start, new. Mars is all go, go, go. I think it's a really nice Jupiter Sun conjunction for you in Aries, where you're acknowledging where you've come from, giving gratitude for that, who's helped you out, and you're just ready for something new, and you're getting inklings from within your body on which path to go on. And it's not without its hiccups, especially from maybe negative thoughts that you have or others, but it's definitely a positive for you. Yeah, it's definitely a positive for you. So I would say take this as a message to, if there is something that's kind of coming up from within for you, that this Jupiter cazimi is blessing it for you. But to just make sure, if you're confused about what that is, that it's coming from the body, it's coming from the self, and it is for you. It's not really considering others, and even if that means that you have to defend your ideas or defend your path a little bit, I think that's okay anyway, because you've got a lot of really nice, positive, uplifting, abundant cards in this. Okay, so I hope that resonated, and thank you for watching. Okay, group two. Hi. So if you chose group two, you chose the fluorite. So fluorite's really kind of Piscean crystal. So there could be something about your intuition, or getting in touch with your intuition. There could be something around water. There could be something about study also. Could be something around the heart energy as well. So like when we're talking about the Jupiter cazimi, like my intention with this reading is kind of to like say what's the path of least resistance, which way is going to bring me the most sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, the most blessings or the most growth. Like, where do I need to grow the most? What's going to be the most beneficial or optimistic path for me to follow? Like, what's being highlighted to me? You're the only group that got, so these two, so just to go over here for a moment, these are planet cards, and two of them came out. So, and when I was shuffling, the Mercury came up as well. I was like, I bet you group two we're going to get Mercury. And you did, along with the South Node. In the 11th house, if you can see that there. So the Mercury South Node, the fact that they came out together kind of makes me think of like past thoughts, like thinking about the past, or thinking about something you used to do in the past, or yeah, something from the past is resurfacing, which is actually interesting because Mercury is going into retrograde, and I think it's already in shadow. So yes, it went into shadow on April 7th, and it stations retrograde on the 21st of April, and it stays retrograde until May 14th. But it won't be out of shadow until May 31st. So you may already have noticed things coming up in your consciousness about the past, or something that you used to do, or because it's 11th house, which can be kind of like friend groups, support groups, associations, maybe online forums you're a part of, or maybe these groups or associations that you were a part of in the past, or you're talking about the past in these groups or in these associations. It's also about, the 11th house is also your dreams and wishes. So Mercury in the South Node, it could be a past dream that you had, that you're thinking about, or that you're researching again, or that, yeah, you're looking into or talking about or considering again. Yeah, just to kind of keep that in mind. The South Node is really where we're comfortable. It's really like, if you look at the South Node, to do with, like, there's a theory about it being linked to your past life, or past lives. And so the South Node would be kind of where something you've already perfected, something you've already done in a previous life, and it's kind of your comfort zone. So it could also be that thinking of something that was maybe something that you've achieved, but that was kind of easy for you to achieve, perhaps, that because it comes easy to you in the South Node, but it can be kind of limiting as well, a limiting dream, perhaps, because it's like you've done it. You should be going towards the North Node. There is a South Node eclipse also in Aries, which is the sign that the Jupiter cazimi is in, on I think that one is May 5th. Let me just look here. Sorry, April 19th. The one on May 5th is in Scorpio. Oh yeah, no, it's the South Node in Scorpio on May 5th. So excuse me, it's not in Aries, it's in Scorpio. On April 9th, May 5th. May 5th. There is another eclipse on April 19th. That's the one that's in Aries, but that's a North Node. Okay, anyway. I just wonder, is there something that you're thinking about, a dream that you had before that you're now thinking about or talking about or researching at the moment? And if this resurfacing of this dream or this wish that you had is what is the path of least resistance for you, or is it that you're getting back in touch with an old group of friends or an old association or an old kind of support group or something like that? Or in a support group or something, there's you're speaking about things that happened in the past. It also could be kind of like online, so online groups, online forums, and potentially with Mercury, they're getting a message from an online group from the past, or from someone from the past, or from, yeah, the fact that Mercury's retrograde means that past people could be coming back, but also past thoughts could be, so it could be person as a part of a group that messages you from the past, or simply just a person from the past who used to be in your friend circle or something like that, or someone from the past who you had like hopes and dreams for the future with, maybe. Okay, let's see. Kind of focusing on this. So straight off the bat, this is very someone that you're very passionate about, because you've got 3 wands here. Yeah, 3 wands, and this is the 8 of wands is also like a message coming in, and it's coming in very quickly, and they're determined to come in, but it kind of comes out of the blue. You're not necessarily expecting it, because the 8 of wands is Mercury in Sagittarius, so it can be kind of out there, because Sagittarius is kind of out there, and Mercury again, the messenger. So we've got the messenger here twice, so there could definitely be a message from someone from the past friend group, or who you had hopes and dreams with, that's coming back in, or information that you're getting that stirs up your thought process around something from the past. That you're remembering something about that. The page of inspiration then here, not sure if this has already happened, this message coming in, or this information that you've gotten, or just these thoughts about this. I'm not sure if that's already happened, but if it hasn't already happened, it seems to be happening fairly soon, fairly swiftly, I would say. The page of inspiration is kind of like a journey in its infancy, or an idea that you're passionate about, or someone that you're passionate about, but it's in its infancy. It's not, there's a kind of a childlike level to it. It could be simply I don't know if this could be an artistic group or something like that, and maybe you're part of an artistic group. This person to me is really being themselves. They're almost childlike. So it could be someone around your childhood. However, I don't have the Six of Cups here, but we'll pull more cards and see. Yeah, there's some, I think it's a person. I do think a person's kind of coming back in from the past who you used to be friends with, or you used to have hopes and dreams with, or you were part of a group with, and they're coming back in with a message. And this message is maybe is making you think about things from the past. Then you got the Nine of Inspiration. Your the Nine of Inspiration is a Sagittarian card as well. It's the moon in Sagittarius. It can feel a bit it can feel a bit overwhelming, but not in the sense that it knocks you down. It's just you've been through a lot. You've been on a long journey thus far up until now, and you may feel a little bit kind of protective. The moon is our emotions. The moon is also very kind of like, it's ruled by Cancer. Cancer is quite protective, like protecting our feelings. On this journey that you've been on, you've been burned a few times, so you're not anyone's fool anymore, and you don't kind of take things for granted, or you don't take them lightly. There's a level of kind of understanding oneself, and standing in one's power, but also a little bit defensive. I mean, in this deck, I mean, that's kind of what traditionally the Nine of Wands means. But in this deck, like, she's just standing there in her power, but she's kind of giving nothing away. She's not really open, or she's not really closed. You kind of don't know, but she's definitely in her power. Like, the nine is, you're almost at the end of something with someone or with something. I feel like you're a different person now when this message or when these thoughts come back in, and that you're a little more world weary or life weary, but you've a lot of strength of character. You know what you're going after. But then you have the Queen of Emotions over here, and I think this is kind of calling you to get in touch with your feelings. This is very fiery and passionate, and this is much more in your power emotionally, understanding how you truly feel, like being emotionally mature, basically. It's fun. So you've got Mercury repeated, you've got the moon, which is emotions, and emotions here. You've got 3 wands, which is all fire, passion. And then you've got this Page of Inspiration, which is very childlike. It's almost like being kind of, I wonder, because the colors of these two are quite similar. They're just kind of standing out to me as similar. These seem to match for me, and these seem to match for me. And it's this the kind of underdeveloped, kind of childlike version of this. You're now this person, or to remember to stand in that person, because when this message comes in, you might go back to feeling like this kind of playful, giddy kid, which is great, amazing. We need to know more. We need to find out more. Got Judgment here, so you're judging this message, you're judging what you're thinking about, or you're judging this person or yourself. Okay, so what's the Eight of Inspiration about? What's the Eight of Inspiration about? So was there is this from a past love who hurt you? Is this from a past love who hurt you? Or is this a message that is going to hurt you potentially? Okay, well, it's definitely a love message, or someone from the... Okay, there's loads of cards that just fell out there. Okay, we'll do them like this. Okay. Okay, it's from, I think it's from someone in the past who hurt you, who potentially hurt you, or you could have hurt them. Anyway, there was hurt on both sides potentially. Um, and there's been a break in that communication. There was a pause, there was a stop in that communication, and now it's moving forward, and you're kind of looking back, Mercury in South Node, looking back of kind of what happened and kind of reevaluating and judging it. Um, okay. So there doesn't seem to be, well, I mean, yeah, there is the Queen of Cups. I mean, it's not all lovey-dovey either. It seems quite fiery. But maybe it's just kind of like impassioned. There's a lot of kind of energy and passion around this person. Maybe they're a creative person, or they inspire something creative in you, or it's from the child kind of place. So the page of inspiration, we've got the Queen of Swords. We got the Queen of Swords. So is this the other person, or is this you, this page? Queen of Swords. They're coming in quite direct. I think it's the other person. And they're coming in quite direct, and they're saying, yes, this is what I want. And they're looking to the future for something. I mean, maybe not what I want, but this is what I'm telling you. And I'm very sure and definitive about what I'm telling you. That I want to move on, or that I want you to move on, or you should move on. Starting something new with someone else, perhaps. That sounds, but none of this looks negative. I mean, it doesn't all look. Okay. Give me a sec. I think this happened in the past, and you're thinking about this. This person came in with this message who has hurt you, and I think maybe you're revisiting this, or yeah, being reminded about this. And you moved on to someone else, or they did. Or they did. Because you're not the Queen of Pentacles. You moved on, or they moved on, maybe, to the Queen of Pentacles, and now they're starting a brand new journey, but they're healing from something. They're healing, or you're healing. I'm not 100% on the, like, flip it, because I'm not 100% on the who is who. The Nine of Inspiration. Tell me more about that. I don't know. She seems really. I think you've learned a lot from whatever has happened with that person. She looks very sure of herself. Like I said before, she's nobody's fool anymore. She does have boundaries. Yeah, the start of a new journey. So it was something that you thought was viable, or at least you think it's viable, or thought it was at one point. You thought it was going to develop or build into something, but didn't. It had to be destroyed. It was destroyed. It had to be let go of. I wonder, is this all your past, or if this is... I want to figure out what the Jupiter cazimi has to do with this. Could be like, this is the best thing that ever happened to you, that happened, because the destruction allows in for new love, for an offer of love. From who? Does it matter? But I wonder from who. Ooh. Oh, so think this offer of love came in from, I either think it came in for during a time when you were just too burdened kind of by life, and so you saw it as like not viable. You saw it as something that you didn't want, that you would be changed to something. You were trying to heal, or else this was the apology from this person that came in, and it kind of just weighed on you, and you just thought of it as something toxic. Yeah, what's the Queen of Cups again? The Queen of Cups again. Okay. I'm going to see, go over here and see who the Queen of Cups is over here. What's the Queen of Cups saying? Is the Queen of Cups this overarching person who's coming in giving you this message, and they're actually quite manipulative? It's not over. It's not ended. That's why you're thinking about it again. It could be someone coming back from your past, from during Mercury retrograde, or it could be already. Yeah, it's not over, but it's just kind of tit for tat, isn't it? It's not like, it's kind of cutting off your nose to spite your face. It's kind of conflicting, challenging. There's good times, there's bad times. It's a bit of a, I want to take this one as well. Yeah. There's balance needed, but then you have the sun. There's balance needed, but then you have the sun. So then you have joy and happiness and optimism. So you have temperance, which is also a Sagittarius. A lot of Sagittarian energy in here. And then you've got the sun. You need to balance the arguments with the good times, or the celebrations with the good, with the bad times, or you're celebrating after, like, kind of, you haven't really cut that person off, or they haven't cut you off. And you've got strength underneath, like needing to be strong or kind of tame. Do you know what? I actually kind of got that from these ones. There's kind of a need to tame the passion there. This person could be quite like addictive, and you may need to temper your base energies, kind of your instinctual, kind of passionate, fiery kind of attraction to the person. I want to know, so what is the path of least resistance with this person from the past, or person from this friend group, or this thinking about what happened in the past? What is the path of least resistance? Okay, there's a lot going on here. Okay, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people. Okay, the path of least resistance may be sitting down with this person, but one of you is far more immature than the other. So it's not really going to be a conversation of equals. And it's kind of feeling a bit just for face or something. I think one of you is standing in your power, and the other, you know, is just a little bit immature in what they're saying or what's happening. I think if this is a commitment that's wanted, if someone's coming in with the message of commitment, it seems a little what is this message of? Is this a message of commitment? And what is it? The Knight of Cups. Yeah, we'll see. Queen of Pentacles, celebration. Yeah, there could be kind of like the person could want to reconcile, and they're asking for more commitment, or a level of commitment, which could be kind of like a celebration or a wedding, like the Hierophant is there, but yet why am I not completely feeling that? Because the Knight of Cups is looking back to the past. There's someone who's still stuck on the past, or someone in the past, or something that happened in the past, and is that you? And that's like, this is the Queen of Pentacles. They're not really, I mean, they don't have to match, but like, I feel like the Queen of Pentacles, whoever that is in this scenario, is kind of revealing herself more than this King of Wands. This King of Wands, definitely getting some sort of artistic side perhaps from this. And there's a bit of stress in this. Yeah, this isn't all going to be... And then you have the Devil again. There's something kind of toxic about this. There could be some kind of... let's say substance abuse or alcohol abuse or something, or just kind of toxic behavior is kind of going on. Like the Nine of Swords, stress and anxiety, and you're kind of being chained to the bed there. So okay, let's pull just I pulled a lot of cards there because I just couldn't. So the path of least resistance, I think, is perhaps to focus on, yeah, the angel of communication. Communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. Yeah, like, it's to... I feel like you're being told to remember the past, like to remember what happened before, and to instruct yourself and communicate accordingly. Because whatever happened in the past, this is probably you looking back to the past, it did hurt you, and that person doesn't seem to have grown a whole pile. Like, there's, if that's them, or it could be you maybe haven't grown a whole pile. They're turning up as pages, or you're turning up as a page. And then we have these other kind of kings and queens. There's 2 threes of cups, 3 of cups there. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Like, that's about kind of protecting your feelings as well, protecting your vulnerabilities. So yeah, I'd say this seems kind of apt to kind of be a little bit wary and defensive. But to be compassionate too. But like, don't forget, Cancers don't forget. They don't let things go easily. They don't forget. So I feel like you're being asked to do that, especially with the communicate clearly. Don't be afraid to tell it like it is. So I think the Jupiter cazimi is just highlighting this for you, and especially since it's going into like Mercury retrograde, it's being highlighted to you. So the past, like with most blessing, so or of least resistance, would be to just remember the past. I think you're just clearly being asked to remember the past if there is this person that comes back in, looking for kind of some level of commitment or looking for something. Okay. I hope you got something from that. Thank you for watching. Okay, hi, group 3. If you chose the amethyst, this is your reading, group 3. So you may have been especially drawn to this group. Just amethyst activates the third eye. So we can be quite insightful when being drawn to amethyst. Also, could be some anxiety around something. Oh, Jupiter in the 2nd house. So since this is like this reading is for the Jupiter cazimi, which is Jupiter conjunct the Sun, which is meant to bestow blessings and growth and opportunity onto us on this day, and comes around in each sign once every 12 years. It's really I feel like it's really going to impact you this year because you've got Jupiter here. Um, so it's turned up in Jupiter is turned up in the reading for this conjunction with the Sun. So that's really, really positive. Jupiter is all about kind of teaching, learning. It uplifts us, it expands us, we grow. Whatever sign Jupiter is going through at that moment for that year, about a year, that's kind of the lucky part of our chart, or where we'll have the most growth or opportunity in it. So your Jupiter, not looking at your birth chart, obviously, but in the tarot is the second house. So there could be growth around your finances, around your job, your resources, your possessions, your property, but similarly your values may develop and grow. What you hold value, what you hold dear to you, they could be positively impacted, or your outlook simply might be just more positive. So this seems quite abundant already, just looking at it. There's an awful lot of maturity here. There's an awful lot of expertise as well. You've got two kings, and the kings have kind of they've become masterful at some part of their journey. They can impart wisdom, they have a level of maturity within the domain that they represent. So, for example, the muse of inspiration would be someone who has an expertise or under a kind of a mature understanding of their passions and what drives them and what ignites them. It could be also creative in some creative fields. The muse of materials, which is kind of like your out here, is all about having some level of mastership to do with like money, finances, work, ways to build resources. You've built, or it is being built here, which really relates to the second house. So there's a net level, and you have confidence down here. So there's this level of confidence already starting to kind of come out and grow out of this reading. And Jupiter also is the teacher, is the mentor. It imparts wisdom, knowledge, gifts, blessings, growth, opportunity. So just straight off the bat, this is a very kind of, it seems a little climactic in the realm of your your finances or your resources or how you make a living. I've got the 9 of emotions here, which is wishes coming true. Something that you hope for, that you wish for, some way, some aspect of your life that you kind of dream of or wish for. But it's really in the feeling realm. I feel like if this was fulfilled, I would be content, or I feel like I'm so happy right now because this has happened or that has happened. There's just this really kind of lovely feeling around it. Like you can see she's floating here, and there's kind of like diamonds like swirling around her. And now this is a water cups card, and yet we have this physical manifestation here of diamonds, something very tangible and noted for being of kind of like exquisite beauty, but also wealth, like money. Diamonds cost a lot, so it's kind of even showing up in your cup cards is this kind of tangible physical manifestation of like growth and opportunity. It's amazing. And so you come down here to the 3 of emotions, which is the 3 of cups. Oh, hang on a second, this is also Jupiter. So you've got, this is Jupiter in Pisces. So Jupiter left Pisces. When did Jupiter leave? Anyway, Jupiter's in Aries now, but the sign before that is Pisces. So like last year, you've got Jupiter twice showing up here and like in the second house, but like Pisces is the 12th house, but it's got this physical realm going on around it. And the Three of Emotions, which is the Three of Cups, which is Mercury and Cancer, which is ideas, which is information, which is a message or like data, just coming from the astrological point of view, maybe coming from a family member, or information that helps you to feel secure, data or looking at data that makes you feel safe, because Cancer is all about safety, all about the home, all about family. It's also about the past. The Three of Cups signifies kind of growth and teamwork, but also like celebration. It could be like work, your wishes coming through in work with, just because of like this image, your work with in some spiritual field, with some spiritual group. It's like something in your spiritual life or in your emotional life is helping you to become a master of your passions and your finances. I think this achieving this level of kind of contentment and seeing things kind of come how do I want to say this, come from nothing and physically manifest for you due to your work spiritually with this group, or with these friends or with these people, is really helping you to manifest what you want in the physical realm. It's like your spiritual life is aiding your financial life. Also, it could be your work in following the passion of your work to become a healer, or to be in the healing arts, is giving you a level of material success here. But you have confidence here, and I wonder, where is there a lack of confidence around something? Could be indicated by the amethyst too, because amethyst is a crystal for anxiety and worry and overthinking, kind of a lack of confidence. So getting the confidence card here is kind of like a reminder to you to be confident that you can achieve what you want. Just going to look at it and read. You are full of confidence today, or could be this, you are full of confidence today. You've got two Jupiters here. You've got two kings here. You're full of confidence today, even if you do not exactly feel it. Pretend you are playing a role, the role of confident me. You cannot fail, because it is only a role. Before you know it, it will become your natural state of being. What have you got to lose? The title of Best Actor. There's something here that's coming from within, or coming from your spiritual life, that you are following because you're passionate about it and you have some level of mastery over it, but that helps you to gain what you want, to expand your financial position or your physical position. It's kind of like this Nine of Emotions just really standing out to me as this kind of like, believing is seeing rather than the other way around, which is seeing is believing. And it's kind of like you've been doing the work of believing, And now or very soon, you're going to start to see this, and you're going to, I think you've gratitude. This symbolizes to me your gratitude, your work in gratitude, um, is helping to grow this mindset or connecting with people um, who have a similar kind of foundation as you, spiritual foundation as you, is helping you to manifest what you want on the earthly planes. So, I mean, this is fabulous. Like 2 Jupiters, 2 Kings, and a celebration in there. Justice. So there's a, yeah, there's a balancing. You're balancing, I think, your spiritual life with your material life. You're balancing, it's kind of like this work-life balance as well or something. Or else you're manifesting something, you're getting something off the ground, and it's your spiritual backbone or your spiritual interior that's actually helping you to like skip all these kind of levels, or to get a level of success that you maybe haven't had before. So balancing the end of something, but I also I don't normally see death as this type of card, like mortality, like this physical plane. So balancing the spiritual with the physical plane, and kind of having this non-attachment to the physical plane, or this non-attachment to this Queen of Wands, who is a direct counterpart to the muse of inspiration above her. I think you're realizing what a creator you are, and you've had to let go of an awful lot of beliefs that were no longer serving you. I just want to pull one more card for like justice there. Oh, interesting, 2 came out. So you see that there. I just kind of wanted to go to the other side of the justice card, because I kind of felt called to be what is, well, it's funny, you have death here, you have death here, like the skull here, and we have the skull next to it. So it is really balancing and ending, a letting go of mortality, like physicality, and the devil, which is this kind of this idea that we're kind of trapped in something, or beholden to something or someone, or it's this attachment, and there's this non-attachment here, and you have the heart here, which is like balancing, like, I don't know, like balancing the love of something, balancing the lifeblood of something. Like there's a life over here and there's death here. Like what is that? But on the life side, you have this attachment to the emperor. And the emperor, I mean, this is very, he's got hearts on his boxers, but like this emperor looks quite ridiculous to me. He reminds me of the Emperor's New Clothes, even though I know he's wearing clothes in the Emperor's New Clothes. It's like he feels very kind of illusionary to me, or pretending to be something. An attachment could be an attachment to being like a business owner, or an attachment to having a certain type of persona, or an attachment to, yeah, to keeping up or giving off this illusion, and now letting that go and being your wonderful creative self within the realm of this. this is a really, really nice reading. If we're talking about the path of least resistance, you know, to be bestowed with blessings, it seems like you've already understood what that is or how to get that. And I feel like you have this, because of this spiritual practice, or these gurus or the spiritual people around you. These could be your gurus too, but like, you're really learning how to be a creator in the world, and you're not becoming attached to any facade that obviously we have to have one foot in the real world, but you're not attached to the facade of that anymore, or keeping up with that anymore, or pretending anymore. The answers you need are coming. The full moon in Gemini. Yeah, like, Gemini is the mind, and I feel like you're getting out of the mind here. But you're going to start to see what you've been practicing or what you've been leaving, because the answers you need are coming. It's all going to, it seems like it's all going to start clicking into place, and that you've been balancing, or will understand the need to balance this kind of like non-attachment, attachment. It's in the non-attachment that this creative being, this Queen of Wands, can emerge, who's the counterpart to this. So I feel like something really kind of powerful is happening. And of course, like the inspiration in Wands, it's all about confidence. It's the fire energy. I would say that it's kind of like, keep doing what you're doing. Like, it's, things are going to slot into place. Yeah, God of spiritual healing. An aspect of you or a situation in your life is in need of healing. But I feel like you're already doing that. There's something that you've already understood about that. And I don't know in which part of the journey you're at. I kind of feel like, anyway, but it's, yeah, you may be going for like healing treatments, or giving healing treatments, or like, there's something very healing going on with you, or very spiritual going on with you. And it's leading to this very tangible physical results in your life. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else I can say about that. It's just so, it's just a really lovely reading. I think there's a lot of healing going on with you. I think you've been doing a lot of work, or you're about to embark on a lot of work spiritually, and that you're going to start seeing the results of that, like the results of kind of controlling your mind, or doing meditation, or doing kind of like this, like going for healing treatments, or gratitude, or any kind of spiritual practice, or whatever. You're going to start seeing the results of that. And like, I'm just kind of reminded of like, yeah, kind of Buddhist non-attachment and attachment, that kind of idea. So yeah, I hope you got something out. I mean, I think the message is just to keep doing what you're doing, and maybe this is just kind of a sign to show you that, like, the answers are coming, what you're looking for is coming, to stay on this path if you need a sign of it, and to have confidence that there's a lot of growth here. So that's your reading, group 3. Thank you for watching. I hope you got something from that.